And we are live. Welcome to the Arena Coop. This is Adwikta, ADWCTA.
It took you a while. This is Merps.
Hey, I have to set up all of this streaming stuff that you see, alright? And it's still not perfect. You notice something missing from our overlay right now?
No. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Yes, I do.
So all this stuff, it has to be done. So what are we doing today?
We are doing Rogue? We're playing Rogue. I am on my game. We're playing Rogue.
We are playing Rogue. Not the
We are.
Druid, not the Priest. This is a Rogue
No.
run. It's what we advertised. It's what we're going to
Yes. And that's what we're going to deliver. And Rogue is pretty fun. Really strong early game. That dagger, man. That dagger is just the best hero power in the early and early/mid game. But
Yep.
it becomes a liability in the late game if you don't have the board and if you're just forced to use your face to ping every single time.
play. Yeah. So if you're watching this on YouTube, I have like three things to tell you, so I'm going to tell it to you all right now. One, we now have a podcast. The Lightforge just had its first episode taping, whatever, that happened right before the Arena Coup and the live schedule. And so all of our discussions about how good the Rogue is and all that stuff got moved to the Lightforge, so that this can now start faster after today. Of course, today it's going to still start slowly because we have to tell you this stuff. Two, you may have noticed some changes in the YouTube stuff, and not just getting new thumbnails, but changes to the Arena Coop that actually affect you. Last week, we tried to put out a release schedule where normally we just release everything on Monday or whenever I could get it all up on YouTube. But we actually just released 1 hour of the Arena Coop on Monday, and then another like half hour to 45 minutes on Tuesday, and another half hour to 45 minutes on Wednesday, with the theory that if the previous run had gone on for longer, we would release it again on Thursday, and then that would be the run. The idea was that if you make it into an episodic formula, maybe like people would get like very excited about where the run is headed. And looking at our retention rates, it's kind of our normal retention rates, but even higher. So I think it did kind of work as far as like keeping people excited. But we also did a straw poll, and there's going to be another straw poll on the bottom. In the information section that you should all take, because there's options for like I don't care. I just want to like hear you guys. And people kind of overwhelmingly by like 40% out of many options like the old format better, which is fine also. But we that's the least amount of effort for us. We just put the video up. But what we're going to try this week is we're going to release all the episodes at once. This is called the alternate format, but we're going to like still break them up into many parts so that people can more easily, and they're going to be in one playlist. If you want to just like play them all in a row, it'll be the same experience for you. But sometimes people may want to just like watch one half-hour segment and then watch another half-hour segment the next day or something, and this will give them the chance to do that. So this is maybe the compromise position, and we'll put out another straw poll, see if you guys still feel really strongly about the long form one, or if you guys are kind of warming up to the episodic suspense-filled format. The last run wasn't really the best one to build suspense. It was kind of a deck that we knew we weren't going to get 12 wins with. But
Most definitely.
but it's a consideration. We're also it's not about like money or anything like that, because we have mid rolls in our long videos, so we actually get like paid the same amount of money no matter like from YouTube, which is like less than $5 per Arena Coop, if no matter which format we use. But it does get us more views if we break it up, so that is, I guess, good if people are like counting views or something. But I don't really know what we would do. We would sound better, right? We could tell people like our YouTube channel gets like 100,000 views a month, or I don't know. I don't even know what the actual number is, but we could like inflate our number like that. But that's really the only way that would help us. It's more for you guys. We started this whole thing after people responded to us and told us, "Hey, I really like your YouTube videos, but they're too long." And I'm like, "Well, they're for the entire run. They kind of have to be that long." And the response was, "Yeah, but you should break them up." So I think there's an audience we're not capturing right now because we're turning them off with like the scary like 2-3 hour long videos.
Let's play Rogue.
Oh yeah, we're also playing a game. Right, but remember, vote on the straw poll if you're watching this on YouTube. Guys, we'll come up with a permanent system, but definitely before TGT comes out. So I want Shade of Nax. Do you want something else?
With the recombobing order, we just don't have the cards yet to pick it. Would be either Shade of Nax or Patient Assassin. I think it's fairly close between Patient Assassin and Shade of Nax.
All right. I mean, I think it's the row you can afford to put a Shade of Nax out because you have so much good tempo cards in the mid game, right?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think overall it should be Shade.
Boom. It's card 1. Can't think too long. Card 1.
Yeah.
This is obvious.
You are not sharing your screen. So
oh,
it is not obvious.
It is not obvious to you.
No.
See, we're not used to this. We're not used to this whole podcast thing throwing us all off.
No, we are not.
We're also going to be more tired this stream. We're going to make more mistakes.
Right on cue.
All right,
no,
Frost
we got
Elemental
this.
over the Leper Gnome, right?
Yeah, Frost Alley is really good.
Like, I had to open... I was so thirsty, I had to open my Coke before the stream started.
Ooh. You don't get that... That sound. It's conditioning now. It's not a stream without that pop.
Alright, Spectral Knight. See, so we're going to be like a more late game rogue, it feels like. It would be nice if Shadow Pan were available.
All right.
Spellbreaker.
I guess Spellbreaker here.
Yeah, I don't need a Hungry Dragon.
No. Hungry Dragon. Oh, how much you've fallen. Worgen.
This is also... I do like how right now my card review series is probably getting the most attention. And probably BRM-wise, I went back to watch my own BRM card reviews. And my card reviews were right on Hungry Dragon for the initial like impression. And then we somehow, like between the time when I made that video and when we were valuing these cards, I had convinced myself that Hungry Dragon was actually way better than I had initially thought.
Just went with the crowd, man. Can't do that.
Well, the crowd all thought it was good, but I like pushed it. Like I was at the forefront of Hungry Dragon is amazing. And that wasn't even my initial impression. It was just interesting to like watch it back because I think Hungry Dragon was, I think, one of most people's biggest misses in the BRM productions, including ours. Okay, but Worgen Infiltrator over the Hungry Dragon?
Yeah, definitely.
We have no combo cards yet, but hey, combos.
Should have taken those dragons. No. I mean, we don't want like 2 Hungry Dragons. Trog. Huh. Which 3-drop do we want here? Razorfen Hunter is obviously better on an empty board. Flesh-Eating Ghoul is... Flesh-Eating Ghoul might have more value as a rogue. We look like we have a very slow deck right now. That's the problem.
I'm leaning towards
the Razorfen. Yeah.
I don't know though. The Razorfen can be split up though. It's not a good slow card either. That's the problem,
No.
right? Like they'll eat it up separately and it doesn't even have 3 attack. Whereas Flesh-Eating Ghoul, if you take out one thing on that turn, you get a 3/3 at least.
Yeah, I think it still has to be Flesh-Eating here.
Okay. Yay.
Assassinate. Assassinate's a pretty decent card. Some people are not a fan of the fact that it's 5 mana, but you have to look at it for the class, right? Because rogues have such good tempo cards. You kind of just, you're okay with a slightly more expensive hard removal. Imp Master here?
Over the Matter Bomber? I really want the Matter Bomber.
Oh, what is it with you and Matter Bombers? We already have a Spectral Knight right now. plus
Yeah,
an
but
assassinate.
it's the 10th pick.
So are we committing to this kind of slowish deck?
I mean, it doesn't commit to it, but like, look, we have two. All right, one more thing we forgot. Thanks for subbing, Lenny Snarks. We forgot to turn the volume down, so you have just succeeded in making everybody listening to us deaf. But yeah, welcome to the Coop. Thanks for subbing. Sub hype.
Thanks for your support, man. Really appreciate it.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We had this like soft goal of like hitting 100 subs by like mid-September. Like by the time when we start being a normal stream schedule or normal streamer schedule.
Crazy.
But yeah, guys, don't be afraid to sub. We've lowered the volume now. It will no longer frighten your pets. Okay, do you really want to master? Because we have 2 3-drops already. I just don't see the need.
I'd rather us go lighter than go heavier, but if you want the matter, I'm not like so opposed to the matter bomber that
I'm going my way.
Of course you are.
Okay, Volcanic Drake, Silvermoon Guardian, Shiv.
For me, it's between Shiv and Silvermoon.
For me, it's a Shiv.
Okay. We're both not considering the Drake just because
Yeah.
it's
It's not that kind of deck.
No. South Sea?
Well,
Or are you playing... I know every time a Neurobar web ward comes up, you're going to look at it.
yeah, we kind of have an even split of usable and not usable cards. And,
Yeah.
It's not worth it at this point.
It's not worth it. We actually have quite a lot of battle cries. Dark Iron. It's a good card. It's not a Dark Iron deck yet, but we're not even halfway through.
Nope.
And
we need to curve out at some point.
We need to
Deadly
curve out.
Poison.
Deadly Poison is fine.
See, there's another 3-drop.
It could be a 3-drop.
Kind of a 3-drop. Oh God.
Frostwolf. This is also the problem with taking too many 5s.
Yeah, I agree.
Now we have 3 5s halfway through.
Oh, thank God for that SI7.
Yeah.
I was gonna be very sad.
I saw the Ogre Ninja first.
Uh-huh.
And that would have been a problem. SI7 is great.
Yes, Abex. We see the 1-4 as well. I'm waiting for the chat to actually come out. Ah, there's Abex. I anticipated it because he wouldn't have gotten that message before, because of the stream, like the 10-second Twitch delay. Before I called it.
Yep, of course. Panda or
I'm gonna go with the Panda.
How's Volcanic Drake coming out? It's not coming out.
It's coming out as a 5-drop.
Ugh,
That's how it comes
terrible.
out. Yep. Let's go with
Okay.
Panda.
Let's go with the Panda then. We got some stuff that we can
Even as a 5-drop, it's better
yes.
than a Booty Bay.
Volcanic Drake.
Thank God we didn't take any Volcanic Drakes before. Because we would have a Booty Bay, which is another 5-mana card.
We could have had like 4 Volcanic Drakes. That's exactly what. Oh man. Damn.
Yeah. This is bad.
This is really bad.
I regret the bomber. It's my fault. I take full responsibility for this. We're taking a sprint. Let's be honest. We're not taking another 5-mana card.
Yeah, we're gonna take a sprint here, but this is just not a great deck to have sprint in. It really isn't.
It is not.
It's okay. We're taking sprint anyways. Assassin's Blade is just... It's... Like, sprint is slow, but Assassin's Blade is slow and low impact. Death Lord.
I think it has to be a Death Lord. We can spell break it.
Yeah, we could. Death Lord, turn 3, Spellbreaker, turn 4.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's do it.
No second matter bomber. We just can't. The curve is way too high.
Yeah. Oh. This is looking like a terrible deck. Damn.
What? We take
Although
the Sledge
not-
Belcher. It protects our face. We're not taking the Blade Flurry. Sledge Belcher protects
Yeah.
our face.
We just don't have enough weapons right now to flurry. Do we need the 4 or do we need the deadly poison?
If only Healbot wasn't a 5. I think we
I
need
know.
the Senjin.
I think so as well.
Oh, I already
think
said
so.
Deadly Poison. Yep, Earth Arena agrees with us by a lot. Now we can get that Healbot.
Yeah. I think it's time for that.
Yep. Earth Arena wants
We
a
have
Shiv by a little bit.
no
Nope, we're getting
twos.
a Healbot.
We are, I need to look back at this draft. Did we skip 2s? We have no 2. Okay, that's a 2. We need that 2.
I think we may have skipped 1 in the very beginning. We skipped the Leper Gnome. We skipped the Patient Assassin and took the Shade of Nax, and we skipped the Recombobulator, but that was pick 1.
Yeah.
And then, since then, we have... Well, we had in the Nerubian Egg, but Azumi you don't count that, and Azumi you don't count in the Rhubarb Weblord. We have not skipped 2s. Oh, and an Explosive Sheep.
Yeah.
So, it's just what the deck is doing. Thanks for subbing. This is the 03 Police. Hopefully not on this run, but if it's gonna happen, this is a pretty good target for it.
It's true.
Right?
Just
It's
free
a
support,
slow
man.
deck.
Yeah.
It's not a good deck. Loot Hoarder. No, Phantom Knives. Ah, this is so hard.
This is really tough, actually.
They're all good. I want them all.
Because we could just say we're just hero powering on turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what.
Yep.
In that case, though, do we just take the Senjin? Because if we're hero powering on turn 2, because Loot Hoarder doesn't actually do anything. I mean, it does, but can we, do we just need that drop on turn 2?
No, we hero power on turn 2. I'm not going with a Loot Hoarder. I take a Senjin or a Phantom Knives. Probably a Senjin.
Senjin, then.
Hearth Arena wants a Phantom Knives. We'll take a Senjin.
Yeah. We'll take a Senjin. Ship's Cannon.
Yes.
Yes.
See, it's coming together.
Look,
This
Ship's
is
Cannon
the 26th
with
pick.
Ship's Cannon, and we can charge out a South Sea Deckhand for the Wombo combo. Trog.
Yeah, I guess we no longer really need a 4-drop now.
We don't, but can't consistently get out the Dread Corsair for much cheaper, so...
I like the Frost Elemental, and so does Hearth Arena.
Oh.
It freezes.
Does freeze.
It's something.
What do we have on turn 4? 1, 2, 3...
We have
I
enough.
still don't think we have enough.
We have 2 Senjins and an Ancient Brewmaster.
Okay.
We have a Dark Iron Dwarf that we may be able to play. We have a Spellbreaker. We have
that we
random
no,
other combos.
it's not enough right now. We have like 3 that we can just drop. You don't want to drop an empty Dark Iron Dwarf. You don't want to drop an empty Spellbreaker. And it seems like our turn 3 is kind of weak. Oh god, this deck is terrible.
It's a terrible deck.
Yeah. It's already pretty heavy. I think I would take the Trog just for
Alright.
more turn 4 consistency.
Cape. Trog is pretty good on turn 4.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's very good on turn 4.
Like, I think Frost Alley is just really good. I think we need a bit more consistency.
Beaver Tails, thanks for subbing. Welcome to the coop. Got more animals
Thank you so
in
much,
here.
man.
We got goats, we got chickens, we got beavers now.
Yeah.
Volcanic Drake, Frost Elemental. So okay, Frost Elemental and Spectral Knight are the only 2 actual, and Frostwolf Grunt Warlord are the only 3 big things we have. We don't actually have big things.
We don't have a big thing. We do have Sprint. So here's the problem, right? When you don't have big things, but you don't have a strong early game either. It's like, what do we have? We just have this hodgepodge of cards.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty terrible. You want to take the Frost Alley? It seems like you really want to take the Frost Alley.
I don't know. This O3 police is looking more and more real the more I think about it. Although it's probably
Yeah.
1-3. The only I've gotten two O3s that I remember in my life, and they were both with decks that seem actually okay. I've never gotten an O3 with a bad deck.
Huh.
Because you have to force them to deal with the Frost Elemental, though. I think a Frost Elemental is more defensive than a Burly Rockjaw Trog.
It is later. We could take a Frost away. I'm just afraid of missing a 4, but because
We
can
have
already,
5 cards that we can technically play on turn 4.
technically.
Well, the
It's
worst
not
one
about
is like
just-
Spellbreaker or like Empty Dark Iron. That's all fine.
Okay. All right. So you don't seem to be that worried about playing like empty Dark Iron, empty Spellbreaker. I am a little bit because I just don't think our turn 2 and turn 3 plays are that great. And if they're not that great, then we need something stronger on turn 4. And I'm not saying Burly Rockjaw Trog is strong,
Yeah,
but it
I was
is
about to
an
say.
independent drop. You know, it's not conditional on anything.
Okay.
I'm fine with Frost Alley.
Frost Elemental. Mm. I don't know what to do. This is a crucial pick too.
Yeah, it is. It's all right. Believe in
It's
yourself.
the
man.
27th pick. There's 3 more left. We will be getting 2s or 3s if we can. Otherwise, we'll probably be picking utility cards. Maybe even some more 1-drops just to like be able to put stuff in there. I'm gonna go with the Frost Elemental. We'll see if this bites us.
Okay, sure. I don't think it's, a terrible pick
Ooze.
or anything. Ooze, definitely. Has to be Ooze here. Gives us a
Oh my
2.
god, Hearth Arena wants a Silverhand Knight.
That's wrong. What is this program doing? No,
We'll
honestly, what's
fix
this
that.
program doing?
We'll fix that.
We'll fix that. Okay, good. How many 5s do we have? We don't even have.
What? South Sea Deckhand.
Huh? Yeah. No, I'm just like looking at how many 5s we have. That is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it has to be South
Yeah,
Sea.
it's not 4. The valley's being raised like slightly because it's seeing what I was seeing before when I took the Frost Elemental, which is that we need big things to play this deck, right? You can't just pretend you're gonna draw the sprint every time, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just because you have a sprint in your deck,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean anything.
But I like the South Sea Deckhand. I don't know why it's not even higher than this. It fires the cannon. It's a small
Does
thing.
fire the cannon.
Now, the important thing to note is that we curve out.
Yeah, pretty much.
We curve
The
out
curve is
now.
looking better
We got
now.
that too. We curve out. We have a Worgen Infiltrator. We curve out. This deck does not have curve problems anymore after that Ascetic Swamp Ooze.
Yeah.
We already have a Frostwolf Warlord, so I'm definitely not taking that. So a Silverhand Knight may not be the worst just to have more stuff, but I want a South Sea Deckhand for the flexibility.
Yeah, me too. I definitely want it for the flexibility.
And look, we're an aggro deck now.
Not exactly, but the deck looks more well balanced, and I like that.
We were bailed
Perfect.
out. We were bailed out by how that last 3 cards came out, but we
We
were
were
also
really bailed
screwed
out.
by how it came out earlier. So it's kind of both.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you talk a little bit about this deck? I'm going to share the Hearth Arena link into the chat, and I'm going to
Sure.
set the deck.
I think this deck got a lot better as the draft went on. Backstab is always a card that you want in any rogue deck, just pure tempo advantage. We have 1 deadly poison, no other weapons, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but I think that's fine. A decent amount of early game, and the draft really bailed us out on that, so that was great. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid 2-drops, and 1, 2, 3 1-drops, and 2 of the 1-drops have a huge upside. It could just be a 1-minute bluegill warrior, right? And the rogue almost always has the dagger out, so that's really good. 3's SI agent is extremely powerful, but needs a combo. threes we could fall behind a little bit. Shade is a little bit slow, but I do like the fact that our stronger earlier plays can activate Dark Iron Dwarf.
Yes,
That is
that's
something.
pretty key.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it could also activate Ancient Brewmaster, which might not be so good. One Assassinate is always nice. Anti-Keelbot is just, it could potentially be an MVP card in classes like Rogue or Warlock. And our bigger cards, I like the fact that we have two Frost Allies. I think it's pretty good. You can really just push for face damage or to kind of just set up a more advantageous trade. And that one sprint, we'll see how that works out.
Yeah, I actually really like the sprint in this deck now that it curves out, because it means that we have a good chance of winning any long drawn out game, because we have a heal bot too. So we knew how this deck was going to play, and the South Sea deckhands and the whatever, they have like reduced the amount of they've given us more things to play so that we won't be dying, but they've also reduced the amount of card advantage we have, and that's totally fine, right? Like if you sprint and then weapon up and then South Sea deckhand, that's a move, right? It's not an eviscerate, but it's a move. It's something you can do. We have backstab that comes out of it too, deadly poison, like we have things. And this deck, by the way, if you guys look at the link, it's a mid-range rogue deck, which is the most normal kind of like thing ever. And it is a tier score of exactly 64. Not even point anything, just 64. Which is the average. So this is, according to value-wise, a very average deck. And that's true. I think it's a little below average in terms of how it is put together. Because it does have like a little bit of like iffiness in the 3-4 area, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It has a bunch of utility cards that are not the utility cards you want to get.
No. This is a deck I think is your typical 6-7 win deck. It's just so average. There's nothing special about it. And also mid-range decks, you don't really want those. You either want something that's a little bit slower